Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and work on task number 4, which is basically we're just looking for this the demand numbers by each city. I've already done the ones that I have data for, but I'm going to go through this real quickly so you understand how where I'm getting the data, how I'm getting the data. So we'll just go to list source, and you want to go ahead and build a list. And all this is on the instructions. So just list source, go to build a list. We're going to go to geographical area, and we're going to select by MSA. And we're going to go ahead and start out with, let's just go ahead and start out Denver, Colorado, because we're familiar with that. So we're going to add the geographical area, and then it's going to go ahead and start populating the number of properties that we're coming up with. So we're going to start whittling that down. What we're going to be looking for is demand numbers. We're looking for how many buyers are in the sales price range that we've come up with on our list. And I just hit a bunch of cells so we can just work with the data that we're looking for. So for example, on Denver, our range that we came up with on realtor.com was this 38,000 to 85,000. For that was that range of properties, 50 properties that we fit on that page, the very lowest to the highest on that page. And so anyways, so we got the area picked. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go to options, and that's what's next on here. So we got the area. We're going to go to the options tab, and we're going to select absentee owners, and we're going to go ahead and put no preference on the rest of these. So this one is no preference, and the other one's no preference. No preference, no preference. Make sure there's no preference on everything else. So the next one, we're going to go to property, and we're going to go ahead and select. Again, going back to the instructions, we're going to the property tab. We're going to do property type. So property type, we want residential, single family residential. And I'm moving kind of fast just because I've done this quite a few times, but I'm trying to keep the video short. So next we want to look for last market sales price. So last market, actually we're going to do last market sales date first, and there's a reason for that. I'll show you in a second. We're going to do last 3 months. It automatically populates that range. Just go ahead and add that. And then the next thing we're going to do is or the last thing is the last market sales price. And there we're going to enter in our range. So, or we're going to select the range closest to that. So we want 38,000 to 85,000. So let's do last market sales, and you see it's populating over here the stuff that we're wanting. So here we can't exactly enter in a range, but we can select their ranges. So we got 1 to 50,000. We want to make sure we encompass all of our price range that we came up for that city. So let's go ahead and select. So we've got all of our data over here. Now from here on it's going to be a lot easier. But we come up with 177 buyers within this cash range that are absentee owners. So that means they're investors and they're single family homes and everything else. So we've got our database already kind of set up. So I went ahead and entered at 177 right here. That's what we want. So now when we want to looks like Carol or somebody's talking to me right now. So anyways, what we want now, we want to go ahead and find this supply or this demand number for the rest of the cities. It's a lot easier now because all we have to do now is just go into the geographical tab, and let's say we're going to do Los Angeles, California. So we're going to do again, just leave that alone. All we're going to do is change our geographical area. So we're going to do California, we're going to do Los Angeles, and add that. We're going to remove the Denver Boulder area because we don't want to bring both. We want to just get the supply or the demand number just for Los Angeles because that's kind of what we're trying to compare when we're analyzing cities. So we're going to remove the Denver. And then the other thing we want to look at is all we got to do is check the price. So we're in that 52 to 100,000 range, 109. So we just want to go down to go to property, and we just want to make sure we got that selected. So we're 1 at 50 and 50 to 100. You know, it's pretty darn close, even though we're a little bit 109. I would say just keep it at what we've got here. You know, if it was like 150, yeah, I'd go ahead and select this one and add that one in there too. But for now, we'll just leave that alone. So we've got 703 for the Los Angeles area, and that's what I put in there. So then we'd go on to Chicago, and we just change the geographical area again. So Illinois, we want to do Chicago, add that, get rid of Los Angeles, make sure our range of houses is about the same, or the same as what we have on our spreadsheet. We want to be on Chicago, we want to be 35,000 to 9,000, so we're going to be selecting, remove that. We're going to deselect this 50 to 100,000 because we want to try to get as close to that value range that we've come up with, this high-low value range. We want to find out as many buyers in that. So we're going to go to property. We're going to go ahead and remove this one, and then we're going to see what our number comes up with. It should come up the same as what I did earlier. So 311, 311. So that is that's it. So that's coming up with demand numbers. This is task number 4. Email me with any questions.